Hi guys, this is just an overview of the website and what we've included in it. Make sure that you're logged in if you want to make any changes before going ahead. The homepage, we've got your navigation at the top. I've kept it nice and simple so that you've only got two main navigations. You've got Off-Road Club Quiz FG, which will link you through to the homepage, and then on registration it's then built into this mega menu, which is split into three sections. So the first section is the info, so you've got About Croatia Challenge, the start list and the sponsors. Then the driver section, you've got application and tickets, rules and classes, and then the driver profiles. And then on media, you've got the media accreditation, latest news, videos and photos. As we come down the main page, you've got your slogan in there, not problem, just situation, and the date of the event. Got the countdown timer to the event, made that a lot prettier than the last one. And then underneath that, you've got your call to action, which is for people to book their tickets. As we scroll down, I put in the highlights from last year. So we've got the 2025 video highlights, the main video, and then a few of the interviews with the drivers underneath that. So we scroll down, we've got a link to the last 3 years results on the blog posts. So that links through to the blog. And then you've got all of your sponsors rolling across the bottom. In the footer, you've got a link to your social media. So you've got Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Useful links again for media accreditation and the start list, your 2 hashtags that people can use for the event, and then on the legal, you've got your rules and classes, terms and conditions, privacy policy, and cookies policy. Underneath the shop section, you've got your team registration tickets, which is the main one, which you'll get in the navigation at the top. But if people then come back at a later date and say, I want to add an additional team member, you've got a product purely for that. If people want to add media packages afterwards as well, there's a separate one for media packages. Then you've got your basket, checkout, and my account and login. So if you want to log into the site, scroll down to the bottom, click on that, and you'll be able to log in. Got your address, your phone number, and your email address there as well. So that is the homepage. So let's go through and look at the important stuff. So if we go over and look at About Croatia Challenge, I should probably also mention that on the top right here, mine is currently in English, but I have got this set as a default to look at where people are looking at the website from. So if they're in France, it should automatically change to French. If you're in Croatia, where you are, it should automatically change to Croatian. If it doesn't, click on the little flag, and then you can change it to whatever you like. Let's change it to Greek, just for the fun of it. And you can see everywhere that I've got stuff written into the website and not as a graphic, it has changed the whole website for me. So that now means that the website is accessible for everyone from all the different countries across Europe. So, about the club, got details about how long the track is. It's 120 kilometres of adventure and off-road racing. Put your slogan again right at the top, that's really important. So that's there, and information about where you're situated, what the terrain and everything's like. It's roadbook navigation, bit of information about the region, and a bit of information about the volunteers. Have we again have a look at the start list. This you can start populating. Again, it's a lot prettier than we had before. So it's split into 2 sections. So you got your adventure class on the left and your challenge class on the right. So as people pay their deposit, you can go in, you can add their team name, driver's name, co-driver name, and the country that they're from. Next page is your sponsors page. So this doesn't just show off your sponsors, it also talks about the benefits of becoming a sponsor and why people should sponsor you. And then of course all of your links for your sponsors underneath, and a few pretty pictures of the event to get people excited about it, and then a link to the photos and videos page. Application and tickets. So this links through straight to the WooCommerce page so that people can buy the tickets, explains what the team tickets includes, explains what the add-ons are, and then when you come down here it's got all of your important information such as class, team name, driver's name, t-shirt sizes, additional members, media package. So all of that is in there ready for them. Lots of information, and then there's a couple of the additional packages on there if people want to add it after their main ticket. Next we've got rules and classes. As we're now only doing 2 classes, I've removed the old rules for the other 2 or 3 classes which no longer apply. So you've got your general rules about the technical inspection, and then as you scroll down and we look at the individual classes, you've then got your individual rules for your adventure class and for the challenge class as well. So that should be nice and clear so no one can argue about the rules.
He started staying. It seems to work in the long term.
Drivers' profiles. This is something that I'm going to be working on. So I want to create a really cool lighting setup, and I'll be speaking with some of my lighting partners to be able to work out something to do with that. And as part of the media package, if people want to have the media package, then they can be featured in this section. So this one is for Benoit, and it's got his name, his country's flag, driver team bio, again his name, his co-driver, his team name, the country, and then a little bit about him, and then information about his vehicle. This is not the correct information about his vehicle. It is some information that I put in there just to show that this is what this section will look like. And of course I put on the top there that he was last year's challenge class winner. Then underneath that I've got one in here for Sorka. Haven't been able to get hold of him, and he doesn't speak English, so I will need your help with that. But again, here you can see I put adventure class winner, so automatically they get added into this section whether they bought a media package or not, and then I will then copy that section for anyone else that gets added to it as we go along. If we then go across to media, I have put on media accreditation on here. I know at the moment we don't do this or haven't done this in the past, but it just helps cover you in terms of insurance and that if people want to come along and shoot the event, then it makes sure that if they're that close to the track that they've got the proper credentials and that they're insured. Whether you choose to apply that or not is down to you, but it just helps with anyone who's looking for media credentials and explains what it is. For those which aren't approved by the club, working direct for the club, then I've put on here the fee of €220, €220, which is the same as adding an additional team staff member. So all of that information is there, talks about safety policies, talks about drones, insurance requirements, content submissions. Anyone who we do approve should share their imagery with us so that we can use that for promotion of the event. Okay, what's left? Latest news. So this is your blog section. So I've kept the original 2 that you had on there and added a third one, but what I've done is I have rewritten it in both English and Croatian, and again made it a little bit prettier, so everywhere that it's English, which is what people were asking for, is in white, and then Croatian is then written in orange. And then at the bottom of each one you've got a little gallery of images from the event. And the last section is videos and photos. This is quite a big page, and I've got in here the 2025 video highlights and photos, and then if you scroll quite far down, I'm going to make you sick now. It then also goes on to the 2024 photo highlights as well. So that is pretty much all of the navigation that we got on the top of the page here. So if we go back to the beginning and look at the footer, we can look at some of the legal stuff. So terms and conditions, just basic terms and conditions. It's worth you having a read through this. I think I've covered most of it, but if you need to change anything, then go in and edit this page. Privacy policy, same sort of thing. It's really standard stuff, but it's worth you having a read through it to understand what it says, and then same thing for a cookies policy. So all about cookies and use of the website thing. Anything else I need to see? No, I think that's pretty much it covered. So if you guys have got any questions, feel free to give me a shout, but hopefully this gives you an idea of where to direct people when they're asking you questions about the website and signing up for the event.